Friday 13th of May, Kia ora koutou.
It's so great to have you with us. This is Taumata TV. Welcome to our first episode of 2022.
This term, Whiwhenua has started project based on the performing arts. They have 4 project groups with a focus on theatre, retelling the story of Matariki.
This term we are doing projects and the Matariki Festival is coming up. So our hub, the whole of Whiwhenua, we're doing to put on a show. There's set design, costume design, script and performance. I'm in performance and we're learning about dance, drama, acting and singing.
Dog in the future. This term I want to keep working above the line at school. This year I want to improve my swimming and go for scholarships.
Awesome to see you're learning this week, Whiwhenua.
This week, the learning principle we are taking a look at is creativity.
What is creativity? Well, creativity allows you to imagine and open your mind up to new things. Creativity can make you go on so many amazing adventures and experiences. Great connections can be made using your mind, and so that's why it's important to use our creativity in everyday life.
Let's check out how creativity is used throughout our school. At Taumata School to have our big field and turf areas. This means that we have lots of space to kick a ball around, shoot some hoops, or play cricket. It is however important that we are looking after the gear we play with during our break times. We go over this in this week's Taumata Way video. Check this out.
You can play with sports equipment at morning tea and lunch, but when the birds chirp, you have to pack them away. This is so we don't lose our equipment, so we can play with it all day. Important you put the things away that we got them from. It's important that if you find some sports equipment on the playground and you weren't playing with it, you take it back. This is the Taumata Way.
important to ensure we look after our sports equipment and put it away properly, or we might lose it all.
Absolutely. Let's cross over now to Mrs. Fuller for this week's Principal's Chat.
Kia ora everybody and welcome back to Term 2. A very warm welcome back onto our school site, and also welcome to our first ever episode of Taumata TV for 2022. Some of the restrictions of Term 1 meant that we weren't able to gather our teams together to be able to come up with our Taumata TV concept, but with all of those listening over this time period, we've been able to regroup with our ambassadors and our key leaders, and also Molly is leading out that team this year with the compilation of each fortnight's episode of Taumata TV. It's great to have you back on our school site. You know, many of the things that were requirements of the health and safety policies, etc. in Term 1, we've been able to relax, and one of those that is really important to us is the ability to connect with you as parents and whānau and our broader community. There's been an awesome buzz out in the playground, particularly we've noticed in the afternoons where many parents, whānau, grandparents are just enjoying the fact that the school is open, they can connect with our learning team and also make full use of our facilities. We've noticed a lot of the sporting teams making full use of the complex that is here now. And how exciting. Lots of development on our school site, from our new playground. A big thank you to our board for getting behind that initiative, and also to the outgoing ambassadors who were the instigators of coming up with that senior playground concept, working with Playground Creations. You'll also note, if you've been driving past or you've managed to come on site, that our new build is well on its way to meeting its deadline. So we look forward to Pūwhenua and Ōtāne Wainuku students making full use of that space as they move into their learning environment from the beginning of Term 3. All right, so that's very exciting. We're currently underway looking at all the resourcing, furniture, all of the necessary equipment, etc., that's going to make that space just as amazing as our other spaces in the school. Our concept for Term 1 and Term 2 was all around making those connections of belonging, and the end of this term will have that culmination event which we are focused on Matariki. This is an exciting year for New Zealand in general, but also for the histories curriculum that is now apparent in our schools, and the focus on Matariki and the stories behind, or the kōrero behind Matariki. So our students have been working through that within their learning space, and you'll see that focus really ramp up over the next few weeks as we work towards Thursday, June the 23rd, where we will have that dawn ceremony. Very exciting. So in the history, not only of Taumata School, but for New Zealand, having that celebration recognised by a public holiday, but also for our school, a formal celebration of what Matariki means. Coupled with that celebration, we have something quite exciting. We are hoping to be able to unveil to our community tūpō that we've been working on alongside Ngāi Tamara Waho over the last few months, and working with a master cover, Whare Thompson. So that's pretty exciting, and we hope to be able to have that as part of our dawn ceremony on June the 23rd at that Matariki celebration as well. So in terms of the legacy of the school, significant events on that date, and significant events that will be marked in history for time to come. The other thing that we want to draw your attention to this week is our Learning Celebration Hui. Very exciting, because this is our opportunity to really connect and value you as partners in the learning journey for your child. So this is where you come along, and our learning coaches will share the progress of your child and how they're going. And there are some key questions you should be thinking about to ask of our team as well. And some of those are things like, are they progressing as expected? What are their real strengths? What are areas that they need further support with? And as a parent, just maybe the question of how can you support our team when they're at home? The thing is about those open, honest conversations where we are all working as partners to ensure that your child really reaches, exceeds their potential. So we really encourage you, if you haven't made a time to come in on that evening, which is next week, Thursday, from 2 p.m. through to 7:30 p.m, then please we ask that you hop online and actually get that booked in, because it's really important to us as part of that connection with our whānau and for your child's learning journey. Finally, I have one awesome piece of news. One of the strategic aims of the board and for our school in general is around growing the capacity and capabilities of our team members. And we have worked really hard in that space over the last 3 to 4 years that we've been open, just with a focus on growing educators for the future, but also growing educators that contribute not only to our kura, but also to the wider educational landscape. It's been a really important piece of the work that I'm involved in, but also the leadership team and the board, and that commitment to growing people and their capabilities. So without digressing further, I'm really excited to announce to our community that Mrs. Jack Price, our Deputy Principal, has won an awesome position as Principal at Pillins Point School. This is a massive milestone for Jack, and she is going to be absolutely amazing. We're a little bit sad here, of course, because we're losing one of our integral members of our foundation team and someone who has been instrumental in helping to co-design what learning could look like here at Taumata. But we also know, and we are totally committed to, this initiative around growing capabilities. And we look forward to hearing of her ongoing success as she moves into that role from the start of term 3. Congratulations, Jack, you're going to do a fabulous job. And with that, whānau, I wish you a wonderful weekend. We look forward to being back online on Taumata TV, and we wish you an awesome term with us. Ka kite.
Thanks, Mrs. Fuller. Great to hear from you.
Well, that brings us to the end of our show this week.
Have an awesome weekend. We'll see you next week.
Ka kite anō.
Mā te wā.